Once upon a time, in a bustling industrial town, there lived a young man named Rahul who worked diligently in a factory. He was passionate about his work, but he lacked the skills and experience needed to excel. Fortunately, he had a mentor, a senior technician named Mr. Kapoor, who took Rahul under his wing and taught him the art of work. Mr. Kapoor was a seasoned and skilled technician who had dedicated decades of his life to the factory. He saw potential in Rahul and took it upon himself to guide him in every aspect of their work. Over the years, Rahul learned valuable skills from Mr. Kapoor, and the two developed a strong bond that extended beyond the walls of the factory. 15 years passed, and Mr. Kapoor's retirement day arrived. The factory held a grand farewell party to honor his dedication and service. As Rahul looked at his mentor, he felt a mix of emotions: gratitude for the knowledge he had gained, and sadness as he would miss the old man's presence in the factory. As the days turned into weeks, Rahul took over Mr. Kapoor's responsibilities and became the new manager of the factory. He continued to work with the same dedication and passion he had learned from his mentor. However, despite his efforts, Rahul became increasingly frustrated with the progress at work. One day, he decided to pay a visit to Mr. Kapoor at his home. As he expressed his concerns about the factory, Rahul said, "Master, I have followed your teachings diligently. I have learned all the skills and techniques, but I am worried about the promotions. Some of the other guys who don't have the same experience and capabilities as I do have been promoted over me." Mr. Kapoor looked at Rahul with his wise eyes and smiled. "Ah, my dear boy, you have come to me with a problem, but perhaps it's time for you to discover the solution yourself." Perplexed by his mentor's response, Rahul inquired, "What do you mean, master?" Mr. Kapoor paused for a moment, as if carefully choosing his words. "You must request a day off from work, Rahul. Take some time away from the factory and observe what happens in your absence. It will help you understand your worth." Rahul was taken aback by this advice. "But, master, how can I leave the factory when my presence is crucial for its functioning?" "Sometimes, my dear Rahul, we must create opportunities for others to step up and prove their worth. Besides, it will also help you realize your true value," Mr. Kapoor explained. Reluctantly, Rahul decided to act on his mentor's advice. He requested a day off from work, and to his surprise, his leave was granted. As he stayed away from the factory, Rahul couldn't help but feel anxious about the consequences of his absence. The next day, Rahul received a call from the current manager, seeking his immediate return. The manager sounded distressed and explained that the factory was facing several problems in his absence. Workers were struggling with technical issues, and productivity had declined. Feeling a mix of validation and relief, Rahul returned to the factory and promptly resolved the issues. The manager thanked him profusely and acknowledged that the factory couldn't function smoothly without him. Rahul felt a sense of pride and a newfound understanding of his importance to the factory. The manager promoted him by knowing his value. From that day onwards, Rahul started taking periodic days off when he felt his absence would be more valuable to the factory. Each time he returned, he was given a promotion or a reward, recognizing his worth and dedication. This happens for some years. It has become a bad habit for Rahul. However, one day, when Rahul received shocking news, he had been fired from his job. Stunned and heartbroken, Rahul sought solace in the comforting words of his mentor, who listened attentively to his words. "Why did I lose my job, master?" Rahul asked, tears welling up in his eyes. "I have done everything you taught me." The wise old man chuckled. "You have done only half of what I taught you, Rahul. You took a day off to realize your value to the factory, but you haven't learned the second part of the lesson." Perplexed, Rahul asked, "What is the second part, master?" Mr. Kapoor smiled warmly and replied, "The realization that, if a light goes off frequently, sooner or later, it will be replaced with one that is more reliable." Rahul's face reflected a mix of confusion and realization. "You mean, they might replace me?" "Exactly, my dear boy," Mr. Kapoor affirmed. "If you are dishonest at your work, you might be replaceable. I suggest you do the work sincerely. Taking days off leaves to prove your worth don't work always. You have done a mistake, don't do that again. And remember, you are replaceable at factory or at your job, but not at your family. Mr. Kapoor placed a reassuring hand on Rahul's shoulder. Ah, my dear Rahul, you have done everything right, but you missed one vital aspect of life, the delicate balance between giving your best at work and nourishing your personal relationships. Rahul's eyes widened in realization. I have been so blind, Master. I gave my all to the factory, thinking it was the only way to prove my value. Rahul felt a mixture of regret and enlightenment flooding his soul. What should I do now, Master? Mr. Kapoor placed a reassuring hand on Rahul's shoulder. It's never too late to find balance in life. Learn to appreciate the people who matter to you, spend quality time with them, and nurture those relationships. Realize that you are more than your work, you are a son, a friend, and a human being who needs love, connection, and care. With a heart full of gratitude and determination, Rahul thanked his mentor for his invaluable guidance. From that day on, he vowed to find the balance between his work and personal life. He started dedicating more time to his family, making precious memories with friends, and investing in the relationships that truly mattered. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Rahul found a new sense of contentment and fulfillment in his life. He still worked diligently at the factory, but he no longer taking days off leaves to prove his worth. And so, the moral of the story resonates through the hearts of all who hear it. In the pursuit of our dreams and ambitions, let us never forget to cherish the relationships that surround us. Our worth is not solely defined by our achievements but by the love we give and receive from those who matter most. Find the balance between dedication to work and nourishing personal connections, and you will discover a life filled with contentment and joy. Until next time, dare to make balance between your work and your personal life. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in next video.